Jim Stepp, owner of Central Illinois Asphalt in Taylorville, helps protect your driveway or parking lot with recycled asphalt and environmentally friendly sealer. Let his 40 years of experience work for you at a reasonable price. Click his icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome in to the WTIM morning show right here on WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host, and thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Starting off today strong, we have Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler in studio. Chief Wheeler, how are you today?
Good. Just came back off vacation for a week. Do a little self-care. Needed that.
Little R&R, absolutely
right.
needed for Chief Wheeler right there. Other than your vacation, hopefully that went smooth for you. Where'd you go?
Just Missouri.
Missouri, nice.
But yeah, but the emails and phone calls never stop.
Never stop. That was my next question. How's Taylorville been this past month? We just reached August. How was the month of July? How have we been?
Yeah, we've been good. We've been busy. We're steady. Our mental health calls are going up. And we can see that because look at today society. The inflation is so high and people divided and. And people, the domestics are rising and people are just, they're having breakdowns and mental health is something that we have to all look out for. One thing officers that we do is, we got to show compassion, and understand. And officers are going through the same thing. Grocery bills you got a family, it's $500 a week. And so we do understand their frustration. And we try to say, just don't take it out on each other and let's, try to work through it. But I'm glad, our mental health facility, Peyton's doing a great job. So, that's up and running. But we do need, all to understand that, we're all going through this together. Absolutely. And, when you get down and out and you can't pay a bill or depressed and whatever, talk to somebody, don't start throwing things around the house and end up in jail over, what's going on in the world today. Yeah. So, understand we're all going through it.
It's not too surprising that the chaos that is our outside world currently, the media landscape, social media, and inflation, everything one after the other, it can manifest into violence, and it doesn't surprise me too much. But this push for mental health across the nation, and even here in Christian County, it's been really good to hear about. We have a really tightly kept Christian County Health Department, and they have a new really good mental health caseworker over there. That's good to have.
Yeah, she's doing great. She'll call us up, and if there's a homeless person. That needs help, we're here to help, and it's just great to have some more hands out there to help us. We do our best with what we have resource wise, and having her around and that team is really going to help us out.
Sure. Take us into the mind of an officer there when you're working in compassion while you're having a traffic stop or you're responding to a domestic violence call. You have to have that inflation and of the chaos in the back of your mind when handling these types of situations. But that can be hard when, of course, you're dealing with things that could be deadly.
Well, sure. Let's take traffic stop for example. We're human. You got a guy who's coming off work at 5:30. He's on his way home, and he might be going over the speed limit a little bit. Stop him and make your discretion if you want to give him a ticket or not. And it's just, but you got to look at too, inflation. The tickets are expensive, and he has a family, or you stop a mother who just dropped her kids off at school and she's on the way to a doctor's appointment. Yeah, there's all kinds of scenarios, but it depends. Then you get the reckless drivers, just you're gonna get a ticket. But other ones, we have to use discretion. As long as we stop and warn them, that's the way to go. Also, is definitely tell them, listen, slow it down, stop. We understand, and we try to avoid. We will give you, of course, we will give you a ticket if you, we once we give you a warning, it's in our system.
Oh,
okay.
So the system. Okay.
Yeah, so we have a warning system in our CAD system. So our dispatch will say, well, this person was just warned 2 weeks ago of the same thing you just stopped them for. Now you're going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, there are clear lines there, and of course, you mentioned discretion. And a mother going to a doctor's appointment, coming off of work or on their lunch break or something. Police are very oftentimes friendly,
sure,
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you guys know when someone's being reckless. There's a clear line there.
Right.
So we're talking mental health, and then people struggling out there. Safe passage is always a constant through all of this. And there's some.
Yeah, we've been very busy with safe passages. People, especially with this. Like I said, we talked about mental health. What's going on today? Most of our cases today are it is substance abuse, but also mental health. Luckily, we have facilities that that are dual diagnoses that do both. We could treat the underlying factor of mental health. That's usually most of our cases. When we do talk to them, they've had some sort of trauma in their lives, and they need to take care of that.
Yeah.
So we'll get them into a facility that we'll talk about that and about the trauma, and also talk about the substance abuse. Meth or heroin or alcohol is not going to take those problems away. They need to work on them, and that is great. And also too, we just took over Pana Hospital we spoke to them, and we got to work on a few things, but I think that's going to be great that we can go over there, and if someone overdosed that needs treatment, they can give us a call and we can just drive down to Pana. And I talked to the chief. I didn't speak to him, but Denise did, or Debbie spoke to Chief Bland, and I think that will definitely help them. With their they're a busy town, and it would help them, relieve them a little bit, since we have the resources to help Dan out over there and take care of that population too. We're all here for the whole county, and we get people from everywhere. So why not help Hannah? And why not go to the hospital and when the doctor calls that they have a patient that overdosed that wants to go to rehab, then we'll go pick them up.
Sure. Safe Passage Taylorville was running so strongly, and you mentioned Safe Passage. You might as well call it Safe Passage Christian County, because they're accepting everybody.
We're getting Montgomery County, Springfield. We get a lot. So, Pana was a no-brainer, and I'm glad that we're going to work with the hospital just like we do with TMH.
Wow. How does it feel to have a resident from Springfield? And there's many other counties around here where we have services in Christian County that aren't offered anywhere else. And Safe Passage is just totally encompassing. It's just so...
Yeah, Safe Passage it's just such a great program. I mean, we are the poster child of Central Illinois, all the way down to Missouri. I applied for another grant, so I pray that they see what we're doing and they award it to us. But if we don't get it, it's not going to stop. And these grants, save the city lots of money, and also the taxpayers. But even there's agencies out there that I know of that during budget time they budget for Safe Passage. We've been lucky in the last few years. We've been we're close to $500,000 we've gotten grants to not spend any taxpayers' money. So it's been great. But you know what? If we had to do it, put a line item, I'm sure the board would approve some funds to help, because look what it's doing for our city. Yeah. You don't see people walking around much anymore, struggling with addiction. And if we do see them, we'll talk to them and say, when you're ready, come on in.
It's still staying positive on the funding side with the grants, and it's not burdening taxpayers out there.
No, it's not at all.
The benefits it brings to the community there, it's unmatched. It's unbelievable. We recently had the drug commencement ceremony. Senator Steve McClure, you were there. He spoke at it a little bit. He mentioned some legislation that was happening and kind of concerning treatment courts like that. Do you remember that conversation, or what's happening in Illinois law?
Yeah, actually, me and the senator, we spoke one-on-one together for a while, and he loves our drug court program. Judge Paisley does a great job. He loves that ceremony was fantastic. It was packed, and we had eight graduates, and he liked how the arresting officers gave away, their certificate. And also, we talked about, of course, we talked about police legislation. He disagrees with a lot of things that's going on with the Safety Act, and he's trying to make some changes with that to leave a little pressure off their officers. But when it comes to the Safe Passage program, he hears all about it, and he basically he used to be a prosecutor in Stackyman County, so he knows. And but he says, you guys got a really good thing going here.
What this country could look like if every city or every county, maybe every other county, had a Safe Passage. I mean,
I don't know why they don't. It's everything takes work, but this type of work it just lowers crime, helps people, builds community trust. I mean, you can't beat this program, and it makes you feel good too. It makes our officers feel good. It's just why. all the city council meetings I've been to, the mayors I've talked to, the chiefs I've talked to, the ones that get on board are great.
Yeah.
Okay. The ones that don't get on board, I'll see them at a meeting. I'm like, what are you doing?
Feels pretty bipartisan,
Yeah, just get on board. It takes work. Well, you know what? It's a little too much work. And I'm like, well, you know what? Here, the more it's a lot of work. Okay. But understand your officers are not going to be going through the same calls. Okay. You're not going to burn them out. Okay. It just helps them all the way around. Absolutely. So get it done.
You mentioned the extra effort, and I feel as though a lot of it is going to fall on the police force. And Chief Dwayne Wheeler right here, you're behind it all the way, and that's exactly what it takes. So if we do want to see it in every other county across the nation, it's going to take a whole lot of very involved police forces right there. So we're really, really happy to have safe passage in town and all the other great services that's keeping us moving forward in the right direction. We're going to take ourselves a little break right here. We're speaking with Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler. So many great words from him. We got plenty to talk about. When we come back, you've been listening to the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
Hi, this is Kendall Jones with People's Bank and Trust, and I'm here to share information about our Save by Spending programs. Save by Spending Roundup, where we round up your debit card purchase to the next dollar, then put that change in your savings account. Also, our Save by Spending Rewards program. You can earn cash back on all qualifying signature-based debit card purchases. Call 888-PBT-1954 and learn more about our Save by Spending programs. At People's Bank and Trust, we put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Attention parents, time is running out to apply for extra food benefits this summer. The new summer EBT program will provide $120 per eligible child for families to buy groceries when school is out. Families must apply by August 31st, and benefits must be used within 3 months of issuance. To learn more about summer EBT and whether your child qualifies, please visit WeGotYouIllinois.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Commission to End Hunger, aired in cooperation with this station and the Illinois Broadcasters Association.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters. Congress is poised to pass a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. 82 million Americans risk losing the news, sports, talk, traffic, and vital emergency information they rely on. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this bill now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Seeing is believing, and your new customers can now hear and see your message. Deliver your message on our 6 Miller Media Group radio stations. And now, potential customers will see your message on our new 36 by 72-inch two-sided electronic sign installed in front of our Taylorville studios on Illinois Route 29. You have the opportunity of having your message seen by over 11,200 drivers a day. Contact your Miller Media Group account manager today and deliver your message through your potential customers' ears and eyes.
This is Megan Lopez with Nesty's Burger Joint on the south side of the Taylorville Square. To see our menu, click on our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Shawless Nagel, Executive Director at Kimmer Village in Assumption. To learn more about our services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back into the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Tim Zalabak, and thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, which I hope the camera is working right now. It's not showing me the camera is working, but we'll remedy that right after the show. Sponsors there, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We're speaking with Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler in that first half. Talked just some general updates there and safe passage and all the great services they provide to Christian County and beyond, and they're moving into Pana there. It's all going to be really great to keep up on that. Let's talk a little bit about the school year starting soon. I can't. Hopefully, the high schoolers or any of the students aren't listening right now because they're not going to want to hear this. But school starts very soon, Chief. Any message for the parents, the students out there for this incoming school year?
Every year when the school starts, I talk to all the classes, freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, and we talk about bullying and things like that. But we do have a couple of changes in the police department this year. Sergeant Alan Mills will not be at the high school as a school resource officer this year, 24-25. It'll be Officer Chaz Dees. Now, he's a graduate of Taylorville High School, and so he'll be a great fit. Mr. Hutcherson met with him. One thing we do is, we'll put up a list and see who wants to sign up for a school resource officer. But, then they have to go through a vetting process. And one of the things too is, we definitely want, input from the high school and see if this person is a good fit. Now, Mr. Hutcherson talked to him and he called me, he said, this would be great. So, Chaz Dees is a good officer. We're going to miss him on the street, but he's going to do great things with, just like Sergeant Mills did over at the high school.
Great to hear from Officer Dees there, and he's going to know the grounds at least there. That's a starting point. He's very familiar with a graduate. Good to hear that.
And he's active, and he's going to be out there with the kids, and it's going to work out. Sergeant Mills is a great person. Did a great job there. He's going to be sorely missed, but he's got other plans coming up in the near future. So he decided that he probably won't make it through the school year, and we wish him all the best. And if he wanted to stay, he was more than happy to stay because he was doing a great job. Officer Beeman, of course, is going to still be at the junior high. She's doing a great job, and so everything's good. And we put another detective up in our detective division to help us out with special assignments. So that's really going to help us out with crime and things like that. Having another body up there to investigate people that are making bad decisions around here. So I am happy that we do have another person up there. We have several investigations going on right now, and that's our job. We keep working, and till it's just crime is down, and that's a great thing. So
it's cool, and it's interesting to hear you say that an officer will be missed out on the street when these shifts happen right there. Of course, Officer Dees will be out at the school. You tend to. You're going to miss things that you can expect when you're on the road right there. Is there anything else you have to say about that? I mean, is there anything that the officers have to refamiliarize themselves with when these shifts happen?
Well, it's going to be a big adjustment for Officer Dees. He's used to going on domestic calls, and things like that, and fights in progress, and all kinds of things. But so at the school, he'll still be answering calls. But the school's got just like in high school, the bullying is always a problem, and you got vaping, and so there's a lot of he will keep busy at the school,
Absolutely.
But the good news, what he likes is that he's got weekends off.
Okay.
So there you go.
There's an upside to that right there. Is
Right.
the vaping still out of hand? Are we still on an upward?
Oh
trend?
yeah. I mean, it's a never ending battle with that vaping, but we have to stay on top of it. Like I said, we closed 2 places down here, and they got hit with a large fine and closed for 3 months, and we were still doing stings. And if they're selling to minors, they're going to go ahead and pay the consequences. But the kids always find a way to get those vapes in, and they do. And our job is to find them and educate them too. We go there and we have to educate them that what vaping will do to you. Vaping is bad. It's bad for you.
It's an awful thing. It got real big when I was 16, and I thought it would find a downward trend at some point. It's feeling like the cigarettes marketed to kids, but back in like the 70s when that was going on there. Have you seen the way these vapes look like? I mean,
you don't know what you're buying.
No.
You walk in these vape stores, and I don't know. They got cherry, strawberry. What is all this stuff? And the kids are putting it in their system, and we're trying to tell them. the resources that the CDC has on vaping and they give to us to read is just these, and then we share with the kids that listen, this is what it could do to you.
It's all about the listening part right there.
Well, they have to absorb it though. That's the problem.
Chief, we are totally out of time, but with the incoming school year there, Taylorville Police will have a heavy they will be introducing the students to their school year this year. And I'm looking for it. So Chief,
looking
thank you for taking the time.
Anytime.
That was Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler right here on the WTIM Morning Show.
On Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W29.